Hey, what's up? This is Jason Drone. Welcome to GSD Daily, number 92. And today we're going to talk about free SEO tools that you can use for your website or on your website or in your website or however you want to do it. So there's a blog post that we're going to kind of riff off of today, free SEO tools. So here, I'm going to post this to the chat box or the comments box, I should say. So there you go. You got some material for today. Looks like there was an error on one of them. But anyway, so yesterday we talked about SEO. We introduced this idea of search engine optimization and how everything that happened previously, like backlinks and keyword stuffing and all of that stuff, basically is shit anymore. So that isn't going to help you rank at all. And the new thing that really matters is high quality backlinks, consistent posting, consistent material that you are putting on a website, social indicators, page likes, shares, that kind of stuff. And then more than anything, just high quality content. Having high quality content is the thing that separates everybody else from you, and also if it can be multimedia and if it can be hosted in YouTube, then that is important too. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Jason Drone, founder of doneforyou.com, and we specialize in creating offers, building sales automation, and basically building sales funnels to help people sell more online. The thing about SEO, as it currently sits, is Google controls so much of the ecosystem. Google controls the internet. Now think about all of the different tools and ways that Google has that they can peer into your search, or they can peer into your websites and your stats and everything. You have the Google search engine, which basically lists all websites in the world. You have Google Analytics, which powers the analytics for pretty much every website. You have Google Webmaster Tools, or Search Console, as they describe it, which gives you the ability to see how your website is ranking, which keyword phrases it's ranking for, where it's showing up in the search index. If there are a problem with page issues, if there are like page errors and stuff, you have Google Voice, which is text messaging and phone calls, and they transcribe all the text messages. So forever they've been using Google Voice to train their algorithms to text, to have speech recognition, which they then put, in play inside YouTube. So there's all kinds of ways. This isn't like a conspiracy thing, but there's all kinds of ways that Google has tools and platforms and things where they end up influencing each other. It's smart business. They're really good at what they do. They have, it's free tools. They make money off of ads. So all of those things allow them to generate more revenue, and thus create more free shit that we then can use to help better our business. It's important to understand that, because when you know that putting a video in YouTube is probably going to give you some search bonus points, and when you embed that YouTube video on a blog post, that's important. So today we're going to talk about some free SEO tools that you can use in your business. Now, there we go. So there's a lot of different like kind of free tools that we use. There are 7 that we use all the time. So the first is Page Speed Insights. So it's important to understand how quickly a page loads. When you understand how quickly a page loads, or when you're able to optimize that page, then you can get a pretty good idea of it's going to definitely increase conversion, and it's going to increase it's going to increase your ranks. So there's a couple ways to find it. There's Page Speed Insights, which is good. We use Pingdom Tools as a quick page speed test too. So Pingdom Tools is here, and then we're just going to look at done for you. I haven't. Last I saw it was like 0.8 seconds. We're going to see where it is now. It does seem like it's been loading slower. It might just be because of more traffic. I'm not sure, but we have caches and all that other stuff up. So it looks like it's running the test now. We have 928 milliseconds is a page load time, and we have a D as a performance grade. I think that's pretty damn good if it's under a second. You know what I mean? Looks like we got a bunch of Fs, so we might need to fix that. But anyway, so how we do that, how we get a sub 1 second page load time, is we use the W3 Total Cache plugin. We talked about this yesterday, but we use the W3 Total Cache plugin, and then we also combine that with Cloudflare's free CDN. Cloudflare is also how we end up assigning AWS IP addresses, like for our software and stuff too. So W3 Total Cache is a free WordPress plugin. You can install Cloudflare as the CDN. So all of your images and your bigger files, your kind of static stuff, gets stored in Cloudflare. And then you can end up, with minimal tweaking, you can have a pretty quick load speed. So 928 milliseconds is definitely not bad. There's some pages that are not that good. Google Keyword Planner is another one. So we went through Google Keyword Planner in yesterday's daily. Super important to use for whenever you create any kind of customer facing content, you need to do the keyword research for it. You should look it up. You look up, which keyword phrases somebody is typing in. A great example is this. So I used to think that all of our material needed to be written for digital marketing or whatever. Come to find out that many business owners type in advertising. They don't think of it as marketing. They think of what they do as advertising. So if you're an agency, you need to optimize for the keyword phrase advertising, not marketing. So it's a subtle difference, but it's the context people approach you under, so that's how you have to think when you're looking for keyword research, when you're creating content for your website. How are people approaching you and your business? And then how do you rank for that keyword phrase, or how do you advertise for that keyword phrase? Uber Suggest is another great tool. Let's go check this out. So we're just going to, I don't want this. This is a great tool for figuring out what kind of content to write. So here we have a keyword overview of woodworking. The search volume, this is Neil Patel's, the search volume is 60,500. SEO difficulty 74, paid difficulty 82, cost per click 105. So it just gives you a very high level view of what a particular keyword phrase is. Then we have some keyword ideas: woodworking tools, woodworking projects, supplies, woodworking near me, plans. Now, yesterday we talked about buyer intent. So when you're doing your keyword research, you don't want just woodworking. Like if you were to advertise for the keyword phrase woodworking, most likely it's going to be shit keyword phrase, because everybody and their brother who wants to learn woodworking, who wants to find tools for woodworking, who wants to all the generic stuff, free woodworking plans, they're going to be typing in woodworking. Not a keyword phrase that you want. However, woodworking projects, if you have a database of projects you sell, then that might be a good one. Woodworking supplies might be a good one. Woodworking plans. So what we try to find is longer tail keyword phrases. So 4 words, 5 words, 6 words. Like I said yesterday, now so many search queries are sentence based. So how many people, because they're asking their Google Home and they're asking their, Siri and Alexa, they're asking them full sentence questions, and that is their search. So understanding that ranking for those things is way easier than ranking for a keyword phrase like woodworking is important. Let's see the next. So keywordtool.io is another really good one too. One of the reasons I love keywordtool.io is it's not just Google. Of course you have Google. So you can type a keyword like woodworking, and then this is Cloudflare, BTW. So these people are using Cloudflare too. So you can see the woodworking tools, and then it's a tool, as like any other. So you can pay to upgrade. Woodworking mask, woodworking supplies, clamps, aprons. So if you sell woodworking aprons, then I mean you'll be able to see how much. But from a research standpoint, having this list of keyword tools is important. I also like to go through and understand that YouTube is a huge search engine. Amazon, I think, is the number 3 search engine. Bing is the number 2 search engine. Google is the number 1 search engine. So each of these outlets treat differently, and you might be able to find some inspiration on one that you can bring to another. So in YouTube, woodworking bench, woodworking tools, are all trending. Now, if we go to Amazon, let's look at Amazon woodworking and see what happens there. We have eBay, Play Store, Instagram too. So it's taking a minute to load. That's all right. Just pulling it. So Mozbar is another one. So there's a lot of different like SEO keyword research toolbars. Mozbar is a good one. It lets you basically quickly glance at the metrics that matter when you're doing keyword research and when you're looking at stuff. There's also the Moz Keyword Explorer, which is part of like the Moz toolkit in terms of SEO. But one of the nice things about Moz is it lets you compare sites. And then we have the Yoast SEO plugin, which we talked about yesterday. We talked about going through and using Yoast for your using Yoast as just to go through and optimize your web pages. And if we look at this page, so let me just let's do this. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to log in to Done For You, and then we're going to look at how that particular page is optimized real quick here. So logging in. All right. I'm logging into the back end of Done For You, and then we're going to look at how this page is optimized. So let me just do this. Okay. We're going to go and edit the post. All right. So if we scroll all the way down, so this particular keyword post, the one that we were just looking at, is 1,099 words. So once we get this video transcribed and added, it's going to be in the neighborhood of 5,000 words, 4,000 words, 5,000 words. And this is how it is currently SEO'd inside the Yoast plugin. So the Yoast plugin has some things. So basically, free SEO tools is the focus keyword phrase. That is the keyword phrase we're trying to rank for. And then if we look at the Google preview, we will see that we are using free SEO toolkit. So that isn't good. We're using free SEO toolkit in the as the blog post title, free SEO tools here. So a quick way of just fixing this is we go up and we edit free SEO toolkit. Yeah, let me see, free SEO tool. It's probably going to need a little bit of work, but because as we're updating it, we're kind of going through. So, and then it gives us all the things all the things that we need to do differently for the keyword phrase free SEO toolkit. So first of all, the key phrase needs to be in the introduction. So your key phrase or its synonyms do not appear in the first paragraph. This is always the case on all of our stuff because there's a YouTube video at the top. So that YouTube video, it takes up the space for that first keyword phrase, which isn't a big deal. You don't have to get all of them in there. The keyword phrase density. So This keyword phrase, free SEO tools, was found 3 times. It needs to be in there 4 times. There needs to be a keyword phrase in a subheading. So a subheadline needs to have a keyword phrase. And then the SEO title width is also wide. So these are all of our reds. This is all of our problems, all the things that we need to fix. Then we have improvements. So your meta description length, your image alt attributes, and then your key phrase in title. So basically, as you do these things, it just checks them off. Boom, 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 boom. And then your little toolbar up here goes from red to yellow to green. And then here we have green. So outbound links, internal links, key phrase length, key phrase and meta description. Like these are all the things we did good. So that is how Yoast SEO keeps you honest with your searches. So, and now the most important thing is just writing content. It's just keeping up a trend, writing content so that you can, get that content ranked in Google. And how we do it, we record these dailies, send them off to a transcriptionist, and then they, the transcriptionist goes through, transcribes the content, and then we post it up on a blog post. We optimize it. We throw the content. We do all that stuff, send it off to podcasts and so on and so forth. That's just how we create content. It takes 45 minutes or 45 minutes or so of my time, and it takes about an hour of a VA time. And it's nice. I mean, from a keyword research and optimization stuff standpoint, it's nice, simple, it's it works well. And we've done it for 92 episodes. So we have 92 total blog posts that we've either edited or created new in the last 3.5 months. And it has been multimedia content and all that other stuff. So if you would like more information on how we do it, on putting together a podcast or this kind of like a content marketing, system in your business, go to doneforyou.com/start. Sign up for an action plan call with us. We'll be happy to get on the phone and kind of, lay out a strategy for you. For all of the tools that we talked about here, just go to free SEO tools. Let me just drop the link one more time. Maybe it'll go off through Facebook. I don't think it went through Facebook the first time. And that's about it. So if you have any thoughts, let me know. Go to doneforyou.com. Just hit the little chat box on the lower right-hand side, and you can talk to my team. If you want to schedule a call, go to doneforyou.com/start. And tomorrow we're talking about video. We're going to talk about creating the video and doing some video marketing and turning that into blog posts. So if there's any questions, just let me know. All right. Thanks.